The Northwest is full of beautiful destinations, but today's travelers are looking for more than just great views. They're seeking experiences. In fact, experiential travel is transforming the way people explore our region. And Northwest travel and life editor Alan Cox is here with his top 5 travel experiences. I can't wait to hear all about it, Alan. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So tell me more about this kind of travel and why people are so interested in it.
Well, experiential travel isn't new. It's been around for as long as people have wanted to have experiences, but think immersive. Think about going to a place and not just seeing what's there, but immersing yourself in an experience in that place to get to know the culture, to get to know the people, and what makes the place tick. And it is travel with more depth. You slow down at the destination and travel with more depth and come away with more meaning from your travel.
Oh, yes, I know. It's like you think back to some of those trips that you take that you'll remember for a lifetime.
Exactly.
And with this in mind, you have top 5 travel destinations for us. We're starting with adventure cruising in Alaska.
Yes.
We're starting there.
Yes, my favorite thing.
Really?
And I recommend if people have an opportunity to take an adventure cruise. Adventure cruising is an experience on a smaller ship usually, and the benefit is you have some biologists on board, people who know the local area, and it's really immersive in nature. The video you're seeing there is the MV Discovery, which is a 1931 restored yacht that is great, and it goes to places that larger ships can't go.
And we have Canada too, right?
You have Canada too. Now that's Southeast Alaska, but in Canada, Maple Leaf Adventures is a cruise line that goes through the Great Bear Rainforest, among other places. But the Great Bear Rainforest is, again, immersive in nature. There's nothing back there but nature. I've seen wolves back there. I've seen bears. We were in search of a spirit bear, which is a white bear that is a mutation of a black bear that only lives in that place in the world. And so it's a very special place.
Ooh, okay, and moving right along too, we're discovering a new wine region, Lewis-Clark Valley. This is interesting.
Well, yes. When you think of Idaho, you don't normally think of wine. You think of potatoes.
Definitely not.
But Lewiston and Clarkston are 2 cities, Washington and Oregon, that straddle the Snake River. And it's a wine region with a handful of wineries that is making exceptional wine that has that's award-winning. And you can go there to experience that place. You don't normally think of Lewis-Clark Valley as a place you might go. You might think of Willamette Valley or something like that. But this is a very special place. And while you're there, you can it's also the gateway to Hell's Canyon. So you can take a jet boat trip in Hell's Canyon, and you can immerse yourself in indigenous culture by visiting the Nez Perce National Historical Park. So there's a lot there.
And a lot to unpack, and the depth travel, like you're saying.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly.
And small town big events are the topics next. Going to Pendleton Roundup in September.
I suggest Pendleton because it is a small town that exponentially multiplies in population when the Roundup happens. And the Roundup is 116 years old this year. So it's a rodeo that's been going on forever. But in addition to the rodeo and understanding the Western and indigenous culture there, because the two combined in the rodeo, another place where they're going to combine is a new event called Interwoven, which is happening in October for the first time this year. And fashionistas will love it because what it is makers, a lot of fashion makers that are indigenous and Western, as well as other types of makers that are going to take over the runway, basically. There's even a runway on horseback. So
sign me up.
You got to check
dream.
it out. Yeah, you got to check it out.
Fashion and horses.
Right.
Actually, Kelly Hansen's dream.
It's called Interwoven.
Thank you. In October, and then moving to a vacation in Boise, Idaho.
Yes, when you think of a vacation city, you might not think of Boise. You might think of Paris or something, but Boise has a lot to offer. For me, it's a great destination because it has a Basque culture. There's a Basque population there that is the largest Basque population outside of Europe. And why did they gravitate to that area? So you can learn about that while you're there. There's a Basque museum, there's Basque cuisine, there's lots of Basque people. So that's interesting. Another thing that I love there is the Idaho Shakespeare Festival. And again, when you think of Idaho, you might not think of Shakespeare or other plays. They don't just do Shakespeare, but it's a fantastic, I mean, it's on par with the Ashland Shakespeare Festival in Oregon, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. So it's that good. So I recommend people do that as well. When I go to Boise, I have to take in that festival.
And there's an Anne Frank memorial as well,
there is,
right?
yeah. Boise is full of museums, but one thing I love is a memorial in a park set aside to honor and celebrate Anne Frank and what she went through.
Okay, and then next up, we're going to Alaska in the summer or winter for a railroad adventure.
I love Alaska by rail. First of all, you might think of going on a cruise ship or something, but getting off the cruise ship or flying up there as an independent traveler and getting a ticket on the Alaska Railroad is the way to go. And I recommend going from Anchorage to Fairbanks, and you can do it in the winter or the summer. They actually have what's called the Aurora Winter Train in the winter. So when you're there in the summer, I suggest getting off at Denali National Park and going and booking a stay with Camp Denali, which is 90 miles in the park at the end of the only road in the park. And so it's an immersive nature experience again. But in the winter, you can stay outside of Fairbanks at Borealis Base Camp, which is...
Wow.
Exactly. The Aurora Borealis is the thing. You can go dog sledding there, you can go snowshoeing, but you stay in these igloos, or they just have some cubes they just built also. And they're all designed to give you views of the aurora from your room. So you don't have to leave your room. In the middle of the night, you can lay in bed and watch the aurora.
Once in a lifetime bucket list. Thank you so much for being here, Alan. Amazing. And the March-April issue of Northwest Travel and Life is on stands now. So many great ideas.